Now I'm going to invite our jury on stage. So if we can have Carlos Eduardo Espinal, partner at Seedcamp, take a place here. Carlos, he's around. Yeah, he's coming. Thank you, Carlos. So can we please give it up for Carlos? Woo! Also, Sitar Teli, Sitar, please come up. Thank you. Marvin Liao, venture partner at 500 Startups. Marvin, thank you. And Bogdan Iordache, investment manager at 3TS and founder of How to Web. Now we're going to have our first team, Avandor. Please join me. You have 5 minutes to pitch. Just 1 second so we can get you the clicker.
Is this working? Hello? Hi guys, good morning. My name is Marvin Liao. For the last 15 years, I've been running one of the most awarded and largest digital agencies in Romania. And this, basically, is your average online consumer. We don't know his name. Nobody knows his name. It's just a person sitting at a computer and browsing websites. Now, there are billions of these kind of people, and what we think and we've noticed is that people in a certain country, they will go to local websites to read their news and to buy their products. Even if they search on Google, they have their friends on Facebook, and they discuss a lot of things on Twitter and other global platforms. At the end of the day, they will go to a website in your country, in their country, to read the news, the politics. We had elections in Romania, and so on. So this guy basically goes on a particular website. That can be a publisher website, that can be an e-commerce site, or corporate or a brand site, and he gets this. Now, this could be very interesting, but what if the guy is a man, and he has some of these characteristics you see here? In marketing, we call this a waste. It means that that display of content or advertising to this guy did not match. So this guy will probably never buy lipstick unless it's Christmas or Valentine's Day. Okay, waste is bad. Waste means you lose money. Waste means you did not sell. Waste means you either spent marketing budget all wrong. There are people and there are companies everywhere putting a value on these people, on these anonymous people. Basically, if you would know that he's interested in, I don't know, advertising, or he's actually looking for a loan, or he wants to renovate your house and so on, maybe that website would display something totally different and convert and make a sale, or at least not waste the marketing budget. And this is where we come in. Avandor Digital Consumer Profiling basically lets you, or lets site users or marketers adapt even to first-time visitors and turn that waste into money. How we do this? We basically connect a lot of websites, brands, and companies, blogs, forums, whatever, in a country, and track this guy without knowing who he is, and understand who he is based on the stuff he's looking at. Now, what we do with this data, we provide two basic but very general capabilities that can be used by everyone. One is understand your audience in probably the most complex analytics you have. And the other one is being able to target content, advertising, and so on to those people. What happened? The system, I mean, there's Facebook, of course. They have really good data. There's Google. They have a lot of data. But you can only use that data if you buy advertising from those guys. Now, you cannot really use their data on your website or in your campaign, or if you're a different publisher, you have to put AdSense. Avandor is open to anyone and for any use case. There are a lot of use cases, starting from, I don't know, RTB advertising down to e-commerce optimization, conversion optimization. Based on all the tests and the trial campaigns and projects we've had so far, we've had 300 to 1,000 and something increase in response rate for targeted content, and it's highly relevant for the local market. It spreads country by country, understands Romanians in Romania, in Romanian language. Romanians are not like Germans, not like British, not like the, I don't know, other nationality. Now, it's been adopted, it's already there, it's already happening in Romania. More importantly, it's been adopted by these companies, and these companies are part of global groups, or they're either growing very fast worldwide. They are making money with Avandor, pushing it to their clients and integrating it in their own products and services. And hence we have really high growth potential to actually, we've been requested to go in these countries, which we're ready to actually go starting next year. And for that, we need your help and support. The team behind it is a large team, but it's really a big project. So they didn't fit all in this.
Thank you so much. Any questions?
You have questions.
So, I had a chat with your co-founder and was trying to understand what your current thinking is regarding international expansion. So, UK, US.
What's the direction, or how we're going to do it?
I know you've received a lot of feedback in different directions. What's your current thinking on that?
Our current thinking is we have to deliver for the clients asking for that, and the partners that has said we want to have to bring Avandor to this market because it will help us here make more money, as it did in Romania. So our plan is actually to start at least 8 countries and replicate 8 countries starting next year. I hope this answers your question.
Who would your competition be?
Facebook, if they decide to open their data to anything else than Facebook advertising.
You don't think it's like Blue Kai or one of the DMPs?
Not really. They're global. They're selling data. They're putting a value on the data while we sell usage. We don't sell the data. What we do is we let you access the data and use it without actually having it or buying it. So you just pay a usage fee, and we don't charge you for how many choices you have and how fine your segment or whatever your target is. We charge. Think of it as like an ad server technology with 250 metrics for targeting. We don't charge the data. Yes, we integrate with RTB companies, with DSPs and so on, but that's a very different way to use that. So we support RTB, but this is mostly programmatic for everything else, for website optimization.
One more quick question.
Yes. Where?
Is there any other quick questions? No. Okay. Thank you. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. So if we can have Cloudpress, are you here? Great. 5 minutes. Go.
Hi everyone, my name is Tora Radu and I'm the Cloudpress CEO. Cloudpress is a hosted platform that enables designers to create responsive WordPress sites visually and publish these sites with just one click when they're done. First, let me show you a few numbers. There are over 60 million WordPress websites out there, and another 100,000 are being created every day. It's a huge market, and WordPress is by far the most commonly used CMS out there. And the trend is growing. But even with WordPress being so popular, it's still not that easy to create a WordPress site, especially if you're not a coding guy. Imagine you're a designer and you want to create great-looking website for one of your customers, and you want to build it on WordPress because it's a great CMS. What you'll have to do is go through all these steps, like setting up a local server, installing, creating a database, installing WordPress, finding a theme and installing it, adding plugins for your functionality. But the hardest and most time-consuming part is going to be customizing the theme to look exactly the way you need to and adding your own content. And that's because even the best-selling themes out there still get customized like this. A huge panel with lots of parameters, no visual feedback, a non-intuitive guess what the button does game. This is frustrating for a designer. Designers don't want to fiddle with buttons and hope for the right design to come out of it. And the alternative is to go coding. We believe there's a better way. With Cloudpress, you can do this in 3 steps. Step 1 is to create a new project on the Cloudpress platform, which will create a new WordPress installation from you, either starting from scratch or from one of our templates. And the site is available in just a few seconds. Step 2 is to use the Team Builder application to create your design visually. The application allows you to work directly on the website front end, and creating layout is as easy as drag and drop. You have full control over every aspect of your design, and every change that you make is previewed instantly, so you get constant visual feedback. You can add pretty much anything to a page, from simple elements like text and images and buttons to widgets like photo galleries or contact forms, pretty much anything you need to build a complete website. And when you're done, all it takes is just one click to publish to the Cloudpress hosting servers. Or you can download the project and host it somewhere else. So who are we competing with? We're competing with other visual tool providers and the premium theme developers. All our major competitors have over 100,000 customers, and the largest one, which is ThemeForest, is estimated to make over $20 million a year selling WordPress themes. But none of these competitors offer the streamlined and complete workflow that we offer. This is our main differentiator. We're a one-stop shop for building WordPress sites. This is a huge market with many types of users, so we're planning to attack this market in 2 steps. Step 1 is to target the niche of mid-level to advanced designers, having as our main selling point the power and design flexibility offered by the application. Step 2 is to create a template marketplace around the platform and target the mainstream users that would rather have many templates to choose from and do less customization. We launched a beta about 3 weeks ago. We have a bit over 400 users. We're getting great feedback from these users, and we're in the process of refining the application and testing it with users. The way we plan to make money is to charge a subscription fee for using the platform and charge for the hosted websites. We're looking for a round of investment to cover of about $100,000 to cover marketing costs and part of the development costs. So far, we have brought the project from 0 to this point with our own resources. We're a team of 9, led by the 3 founders, me, Jan, and Adrian. The 3 of us have been working together for over 5 years, building visual web design tools at Extend Studio, another company that I founded in 2005. Here are a few of our results with Extend Studio. We generated over $2.5 million in total revenues, and we sold over 30,000 licenses worldwide. When I started out in 2005, I had $1,000 and no business experience whatsoever. Imagine what we can do right now with the experience that we have, the right partners, and the right resources. Thank you very much, and I'm happy to answer any of your questions.
Sorry, can you talk again about what you plan on charging for and what will be free?
Basically, we'll offer users the application for building their own designs and the templates that they can start from, our own templates, into a membership. So basically, they'll pay an annual fee, and they'll have access to all this. And if they host their sites with us, they'll pay separately for that.
You said that you have a few hundred users. What can you tell us in terms of, the source of those users? What type of users are they, and how active are they on the platform?
Right now, we're in the process of testing multiple marketing channels. So far, we've tried CPC and display ads. So this is the source of these users. We're seeing about 10 to 15% active users of the users that sign up, that create an account.
Active meaning that they actually create a website?
Yes, and active meaning they return into the application and they create new projects.
Sorry, going back to your business model, you said you're going to charge for access to the different themes, but if I'm creating a website, I generally don't need to change it that much once I create it. So is it not really for individual users? Is it for agencies or professionals?
Yes, it's rather for freelancers and agencies.
So what would you charge? Like, what do you think the annual fee would be?
We're going to have multiple types of accounts, but we're probably going to start at $100 a year and going up with, I don't know, unlimited projects, some premium features, stuff like that.
That seems quite low. I mean, what is your competition charge?
About the same. So there are theme clubs that offer access to a set of themes that they constantly update, and they start about $90 to $130, $150 a year.
You said that you have another company which you're working at. Is this project going to be your full-time project, or do you want to do both of them in the same time?
No, we're concentrating on this one.
Concentrating or focusing exclusively?
Right now we're focusing exclusively.
Okay.
So we're probably going to let part of our team, of our team, work on the current business, and the 3 founders and the rest of the team will focus on the new one.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now we're gonna have our third team, Axosuits.
Hello everybody, my name is Iordache. I'm the CEO of Axosuits. Axosuits is a medtech company building high-powered exoskeletons for the medical industry. What's an exoskeleton? Well, it's almost like this, but just imagine it without the armor plating. Gentlemen, can I have the video, please? This is myself wearing the exoskeleton. Actually, I'm the first test pilot of it. We reached working prototype phase in little less than a year and a half. As you can see, the walking pattern has been adjusted to fit the medical purposes of the device. Why is this device important from a business point of view? We are talking about multiple benefits. We are talking about social impact, we are talking about financial incentives, and we are talking about medical benefits. How can actually the user use this? What's it's in it for the user? Well, in case of patients who can be recovered, we fasten up the recovery process, and in case of patients who cannot be recovered or elderly people, we do a general increase in the quality of life. Medical industry has been trying to use exoskeletons, but previous models were large and bulky. Our model is lean and agile. Let's talk a little bit about the market. In the key regions, we are talking of over 10 million wheelchair users, out of which 3 million are paraplegics. Most of the paraplegics are young, actually, young adults and teenagers. Most of them get into this condition because of the accidents. For them, it is important to become active members of society again. Aging is also a major issue in the developed countries, because by the UN stats, by the year 2050, the number of people over the age of 65 will increase by 1%, thus putting huge strain on national healthcare and social budgets. Let's see a little bit about the business. This is a business to consumer type of model. Our main customers will be rehabilitation centers, retirement homes, health insurance companies, and in jurisdictions where it is not possible, there is no reimbursement, there will be private customers. there is no market without competition. We wouldn't be interested in a market without competition, but our approach is fundamentally different. We are offering a combination of ease of use by actually giving more power to the user. We are offering affordability, and not because we are cheap, but because we are using smart software and intelligent design. And we also do the integration with today's iOS, mobile, smart device, whatever ecosystem. Core team. I'm András, CEO. I run the day-to-day business operations. I have technical background, but in the last 5 years, I had management positions. My colleague, Dorin, he's a robotics enthusiast. He has over 10 years of experience in this area and used to work for a major US military contractor. And since we received funding in September, our team is expanding. We hired a new software developer, like a real, authentic, nerdy software developer. We believe in corporate conduct, and we already have an advisory board on financial, legal, and medical. We have the support of the local rehabilitation center from Oradea, the largest rehabilitation hospital and the only profitable one. And we also have the benefit of the local academic community. Financing. So far, we spent, in the first phase, we spent 60,000 euros to reach the working prototype phase. Right now, we are seeking 300,000 euros, partially which we already received, for clinical trials, patent registrations, and market certification. We consider that there is no such thing as exoskeleton industry yet. We are where the car industry was 100 years ago, and we consider that this is the right time to invest in such a business. For any questions, please call me, email me, Skype me. Thank you for your attention.
Congrats on trying to change how we help people with disabilities. So it's great to see a project like this. Yesterday we had our mentoring session.
Yes.
We didn't really talk about battery autonomy. Can you talk about the evolution of kind of the independence of this? I mean, it's great. It looks great,
there
but
is one competitor on the market who is marketing themselves as with huge battery autonomy. They have over 8 hours, but they achieved this by sacrificing ease of use. I wouldn't really want to go into exact details because we will change. Right now, we are using the crappiest car batteries ever. As soon as we change that to lithium ion, the battery life will increase significantly. But let's just say that right now, we can offer more than a healthy person walks a day. So the autonomy is more than we need it.
Sorry, if I just understand correctly, you can service one person's daily need for walking.
Yes. A healthy person generally walks between an hour and a half. Our battery life in this moment with the simple batteries already offers more.
What is the biggest area of cost saving for your product vis-a-vis your competitors?
We are using many common off-the-shelf components, one, and two, the development cost is significantly lower than those of the competitors. We are not coming from the academic background. We are not financed by the government or Department of Defense. So those costs cannot be compared.
I remember you mentioned this yesterday, but what's the cost for something like this?
Price of a mid-sized car, and the reason we are saying it because in a richer country the price is higher. In a poorer country the price should be lower.
So what's the range?
15, 20, 25,000 euros, depending on the battery life, depending on the jurisdiction, depending on how much the local health insurance companies or national health insurance houses are willing to reimburse. In the United States, we know that for a high-end wheelchair, they are paying up to $15,000 US.
Bogdan, one last question?
Yes, sorry.
Okay. Then that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. And one more.
Sorry, I got confused. Viewflux, do you have the clicker?
Yep.
Perfect.
Hi, everyone. This is Viewflux, and we empower 6,000 users to communicate with their clients and their teammates, because we believe that collaborating on design projects can be way better than it is right now. And here's why. I have been working as a professional graphic designer for more than 8 years now, and I have learned that whichever our clients were, the problems were always the same. And it all relies on communication and delivering the experience you want. Well, we'll start with communication. Well, clients tend to use whatever they have at hand to share their feedback. They'll use emails, they'll Skype call you, phone call you, text message you, instant text message you, a lot of apps and everything will lead to a fragmented feedback, which almost leads to another problem. The designer will not be capable of quantifying the design changes. And this means that he will lose a lot of money and time. Also, the entire process is nearly impossible to track. Because of that, he won't be able to use these data for future quotations. When sharing design files, we also have a huge problem. Some of the files you can send on email, but generally design files are pretty huge, and you'll have to use another app for file sharing. So that's why we created Viewflux. It's pretty simple. You just create a project, add your design files in there, and then you benefit of these features. With prototyping, you will share experiences by linking those screens, and with the visual feedback, you can add feedback in context where it makes sense. We also save every version of your design files, so you can get back to them if necessary. There's also a repository for source files, which are easily shareable with your clients. I'll go back into details. So with prototyping, as you can see here, it's a design, and you can add those link spots, which link your designs together. It will act exactly like a website, but with no coding, with visual feedback. As you can see, our friend here, David, has marked an area on the design and added its comment. As you can see, there's a thread of comments, and everyone can participate. Well, when it comes to market, as you can see, there are plenty of graphic design companies with a nice revenue, but we can top that with every digital marketing company or any company that has a digital marketing department or a graphic design department, or why not even any one of you here. I think they have a website or the presentation and they could use the feedback. There are also many, many freelance designers, more than 2 million as far as we know, which include web designers and graphic designers. We have some competitors, but the market is pretty young, and we think we deliver a great product. The business model, we have chosen the freemium software as a service, and will generate money by monthly subscriptions. Our team has experience in this field. We have been proven successful with our software called Paymo, which has been profitable for more than 3 years now. Also, we are working together for more than 8 years, time in which we had worked to many, many projects. To support everything I've said, I have some nice stats here. We are present in more than 1,300 cities worldwide, with more than 4,000 companies and almost 6,000 users that have created 6,000 projects, added 45,000 designs, and added more and received more than 50,000 comments. So this is Viewflux. Thank you very much. You can try it right there, viewflux.com. Right now, everything's free, so you can benefit of everything. Thank you.
When was the project launched?
1 year ago.
So you got 4,000 users in 1 year?
6,000 users, 4,000 companies, yeah.
Do you have any viral loop in the product?
Right now, no, there's no viral loop. We're planning on adding it just before launching our first paid accounts.
How much of the user base is actively using the product?
Somewhere around 10%.
Actively using the product means that they were active in the last...
Yeah, very active.
In the last month?
In the last month, yeah.
Okay.
So you said it's free still, right?
Yeah, right now it's free.
What do you think is going to be your first point of payment? What is the big hurdle? What is the key thing that you think people will be paying for?
Why will they paying for?
What key service or feature that you think will make a difference?
They'll mainly buy it for the feedback component.
So are we doing this freemium style where it's
freemium style.
Basically stuff, so if anybody wants to, that's what you're going to charge? And then how are you going to structure that? Is it going to be on a number, volume?
Yeah, it's on number of projects and users. Those are the limitations.
You said that, are you looking for investment, or what is the next step?
Well, right now, we plan on launching these payments, and after that, we would like to talk about investment.
And what are the future plans, other than payments?
Future plans?
Yes.
To create a community around this, so maybe designers can share their feedback one with another to get feedback, and having this public community, I think, might create something very, very strong.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.